No one is going to look out for you. You're a grown woman. You got to look out for yourself and be smart. Men will trick you, lie to you, tell you everything you want to hear. I love you, all of that to get what they want. Okay? And they have no remorse, no shame. They don't care. Why? Because at the end of the day, they're not emotionally attached to you. They don't care what you think about them because they don't value your opinion because they're not emotionally attached. They don't see signs everywhere of you because you left them. They don't dream about you unless it's a sex dream. They're not looking for people to help you get back together. They're not looking for, miracles to help you get back together. They're on to the next chick because they're not emotionally attached. And when you get emotionally attached, that's exactly what women do. Well, I need to get him back. He was my soulmate, blah, blah. No, he wasn't. He made you think he was so that he could get what he wanted. I'll get mad at me and say, did James see these videos? James already know I'm not going to marry some older man just for him. Okay, because we already discussed this. James already know if he didn't have no money, he would not have me. He already know. Okay, y'all, let's just say it. He already knows. That's why he always jokes around. I better go to work for you. Leave me. Even in our marriage vows, he made the officiator say, instead of saying richer for poor, he made him say for richer or for richer, okay, with the vows. And at our wedding, we made our own wedding CD and gave it to the wedding DJ and had him play Gold Digger by Kanye West when he took the garter off. Okay. We knew what we were doing. That was the whole beauty of it. Because all the people that we knew, they're like, I know you only marry him because he got money. Yes, and so. Yes, we had Gold Digger play at our wedding. We had fun. We know what it is. So, and that's why I tell you guys, I always remind him when he forgets how old he is and how old I am. I was like, I didn't marry somebody much older than me to have to put up with certain problems. So, get to it, whatever. And he thinks it's funny, but at least he still gets to be the man. You know what I'm saying? He gets to actually be the man. Because before, he was dealing with 50-50 independent women who were probably, competing with him. And he probably couldn't reach his full potential because he's too busy being put down and, competing with a woman that can obviously pay. So he really wasn't really motivated like that to become better because she got it, He can relax. He ain't got to hustle. He could take a few years off, get his business started. Right? His credit was good because her credit was good. Oh, he could have 2 offices, one in Houston and one in Dallas. Okay. Don't be the girl who doesn't want much and doesn't never ask for anything, doesn't want money spent on you. Be the girl that ties up his wallet so he can't afford to cheat. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you believe in God? Yes. And I believe that a man who reads the Bible knows that he's supposed to provide and protect for his family. And if he can't, he is not a man. Okay? God didn't want me to be married to no Dusty. I know it. How to stop being insecure around other beautiful women? I don't see no other women. When I'm there, I'm there. I'm fully present. I'm not even looking at them. I'm looking at me and people that are noticing me. Okay? You know what? I'm not them. So it doesn't matter. I can't compare myself to somebody that I am not. Therefore, all I'm going to do is look for the reactions of people that get the pleasure to see me in my presence. That's how you have to look at it. I don't see nobody else. Those are extras. Main character energy. If you looking at other people, you ain't the main character. Go step aside, man. Now I walk in the room, I'm not looking at everybody else, compare myself to them. I'm main character, man. The main character has arrived. All right? If you don't think so, then you must be the main character in your own film, in your own mind, in your own story, because I am in mine. Whatever comes out of a man's mouth, reverse it. Okay? Whatever come out a man's mouth, reverse it. There is your truth. Okay? So for example, if he says, oh, you can have any man in this room you want. Why me? It means he wants you to stroke his ego. He wants you to tell him about himself. He wants you to talk about him because you are just so fabulous. And he doesn't want to say anything about you except that one thing. But he wants you to go on and on about him. He wants you to know who he is and what he is offering and why he's special to you. He's making you prove yourself to him. He's insecure as well as narcissistic, or just narcissistic and making you feel insecure. So that's what that is. You got to be like, oh, I don't know. You're right. And walk off. And then turn around and say, just kidding. You look like you'd buy me a drink. That's why I came over here. Honestly. You look pretty lonely. Flip it. You look lonely, you know? And I knew you'd buy me a drink because I look good. That's why I stood here. Then laugh like, just kidding. Then he don't know if you're joking or not. Now he's going to have to prove himself to you. Oh, like a woman with a sense of humor. I know, right? You know, I came over here because you look like a nice guy. That's all you got to say. Nice guy. Nice guy is very general. Oh, you look like a nice guy. It's a backhanded compliment. So don't ever fall for the traps, ladies. Reverse the traps. Because some of y'all are just so nervous and desperate, y'all will answer that damn question. Just like y'all answer the question, what do you bring to the table? Just get up and walk off. If you're sitting down to dinner and some dude has a nerve to ask what you bring to the table, get up and walk off. There's his answer. How do you not get depressed when you think about how much we have to manipulate and keep our emotions from these men because they're such horrible people to women? I don't see them as horrible. I don't see men as horrible. I see men, let me tell y'all, if y'all stop seeing men as horrible and start taking more control of your own emotions, you'll just see them as providers. Y'all have to stop looking at them as they're not the answer to your question. Okay? They're not your soulmate. They're not the answer to your question. They're not gonna be everything you ever wanted. That's fantasy. But what they can do is pay them bills. Okay? Because if they could be all those things, if they could be your fantasy, if they could be your soulmate, if they were perfect and all that other stuff, we wouldn't be here talking about this right now. Okay? Because they're not that. Just like we're not their, depiction of what they have in their mind as a fantasy woman. We're not that. Their fantasy woman will love them whether they're broke or rich. Their fantasy woman will cook up a 5-course meal every single night and give them sex whenever they want and walk around the house in little heels and barely anything on. And the house is probably, that they can't even afford. And then ask her to pay the rent or half the rent and she happily, gives it to them. That's their dream woman. And she look good. Okay. But that's not what they're ever going to find. So the equivalent of a man saying that that's what they want out of a woman is the equivalent of a woman saying, I want a man who understands my emotion, who loves me for me, who treats me like this. And da, 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 da. You listing off a long list of some fictional fantasy. Men like natural beauty want to feel his girlfriend was born a baddie. Well, we like natural money too. Like he was born into money, but sometimes that don't happen.
You got to go out and create it.